A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English. That's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone, welcome to A+ English. I'm Kat.
I'm Chickling.
And today we are talking about neighbors. Neighbors. Do you live close to your neighbors?
I actually have no idea.
You don't know
who my neighbors are.
Oh, but you live in an apartment building, right?
Yeah.
Me too. And so we probably both live right next to our neighbors.
But I never see them.
I know who my neighbor is because they're my friend, but the other people, I have no idea. Yeah,
okay.
It's true. So that leads us to our warm-up question. Do you like your neighbors? Why or why not?
You know, in my hometown, in Kaohsiung, I really do like my neighbors in Kaohsiung because we are very close and they usually give things to us, like gifts,
that's
stuff.
Really nice.
That's what we do.
In your hometown,
in the
yeah. And in the South. That's cool. That's cool. No, it sounds like the American South too.
Yeah.
In my childhood neighborhood, when I was growing up, my family and all of our neighbors were very close, and we had dinner parties at each other's houses all the time. And I babysat their kids, and the kids who were my age, we were all friends.
Wow.
So it was really a good experience in my neighborhood. Yeah. It's different now, but I mean, it sounds like we have good neighbors, but sometimes your neighbors can really not be so great and you can't control it. So we're actually talking today about bad neighbors and we're talking about different kinds of bad neighbors. You can learn about them and you can see, hopefully you're not one of these bad neighbors, but it's going to tell you how to deal with them. So let's get in the article and we'll learn a little bit more.
3 types of bad neighbors. Warm-up question. Do you like your neighbors? Why or why not?
In cities, people often live close to their neighbors. This can be good because neighbors can be friends and help each other. However, not every neighbor respects others. Let's look at some common types of bad neighbors.
Okay, the article begins today by saying, in cities, people often live close to their neighbors. That's true. In my apartment building, there is only one wall separating me and my neighbor.
And it's fun, how you live close, but we don't actually see them that much in the city.
Yeah, true. It's so strange. You think about you could be 2 meters apart, but you don't see them. You don't know their name. You don't know what they do. It's strange.
But I was really lucky because I lived close to my parents when I was in college. So when you say live close, that means you live right near a person. 就是住得很近的意思.
So you lived close to your parents, and I lived kind of close to my parents in college, I guess. But living close to your neighbors, this can be good because neighbors can be friends and help each other, like we talked about.
这个 this 大家没有看到啊，它就是 living close to their neighbors 这件事情。So have you helped your neighbors before, or have your neighbors helped you before?
Yes. Well, in my apartment here, sometimes we have water problems. And so the people who share the same water with me and my other neighbor, we have to talk to each other and be like...
About water?
Well, you have to, because the switch is downstairs. And so we have to talk to them and be like, okay, we all have to work together to fix this and call the landlady and call the repair person. And, so we do have to help each other.
So you actually have good relationship with your neighbors.
When we talk to each other, we have a fine relationship, is what it is. And the article also says, however, not every neighbor respects others. Let's look at some common types of bad neighbors. Yeah, so some neighbors I've had have been very rude. They fight at night. They stomp all over and they yell and they make messes and things like that.
They fight?
Yeah, they would fight and yell at each other.
That's bad.
I know, it's really bad.
Did you tell them?
No.
To stop?
I mean, if it was all the time, I definitely would. If it was like every now and then, I'd just kind of have to bear it.
Mm-hmm.
The boundary crosser. This person doesn't keep to their own space. They might have their own things in public areas. They might also build a fence or plant a garden on someone else's space. The boundary crosser might also cut their neighbor's trees or grass without asking. Make sure to talk politely to your neighbor about borders. You may need to ask the neighbor to move something.
So the first neighbor we are talking about, the first kind of bad neighbor, is the boundary crosser. Dun, dun, dun. So people who have boundaries, you say, you can't go past this point. I need you to respect this thing about me, but they don't. So people who cross boundaries. This person doesn't keep to their own space. They might have their own things in public areas.
All right. 这些人可能都会把自己的东西放在公共空间. Like in apartment buildings, you're usually not allowed to put your slippers or your stuff in public areas or outside your door.
Right. Well, people leave their shoes outside the door a lot, but it's like if they leave it all over the floor, that's a problem. Yeah. And the article also says they might also build a fence or plant a garden on someone else's space. So they ignore property lines,
Really?
They like, especially with people who have yards next to each other, there is a property line. There's a line where it says, this is my house, this is your house. And those people will build their things on your house. And it's not cool of them.
Yeah, but I think that's usually quite a case in the States.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because people have big yards. Yeah. So what else about the boundary crosser? The boundary crosser might also cut their neighbor's trees or grass without asking.
Or pick your fruits.
Yeah, or especially if you have nice fruits. Yeah, they'll steal all your fruit. I've seen people do that. Yeah, it's really rude. And even if they cut your trees, it's actually against the law. They can have to pay a lot of money if they cut down your trees.
Yeah, because my grandpa, he has a fruit yard. A big,
an orchard.
big,
Yeah,
in the south. And then the neighbors living right next to it, they usually pick the fruits. It's really funny.
Okay, does he let them though?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's actually okay with it.
He knows it and he doesn't tell them that it's not okay, but
Right.
it's okay, we can share.
Yeah. As long as they don't take all of them, then I think it's okay. My family, when I was growing up, we had an orchard, we had a garden, we grew grapes. And so we would let our neighbors have some, but usually we would pick the fruits for them.
Oh, yeah.
Or they were people we knew, and so we'd say, like, come over and pick some, and we'll let you have them. You can make them into jelly, and it's, because we couldn't use them all ourselves. It was too much fruit. But also, it shouldn't be one person taking everything.
Yeah.
So what can you do if you have a boundary crosser for a neighbor? Make sure to talk politely to your neighbor about borders. Yeah, please be polite because, if you say to them just, you're in my yard, you're being rude, they're going to be worse.
Yeah.
You could make it worse if you are rude to them. So, of course, you need to talk politely to them. You may need to ask the neighbor to move something.
Oh, yeah. Politely, of course.
Yeah, please, say, excuse me, your shoes are kind of, taking up a lot of space. I think it would be really nice if you could move them, or I can help you organize them, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are different ways to deal with that sort of thing. But that's what we've got for the first day of our article, actually. We only have one today, which is the boundary crosser. But in tomorrow's article, we have 2 more different kinds of bad neighbors. Because it's not only people who cross your boundaries, there are neighbors who can really annoy you in other ways, too. Yeah. So we'll learn about that tomorrow. But for now, Chicolene is going to tell you all about our word power words. So let's go right to it.
所以有邻居可以是好事，也可以是坏事哦。我们今天第一个单字就是 neighbor， 它就是邻居的意思。所以我们应该也常常看到一个字嘛，就是 neighborhood 这个字，它就是住宅区啊，或你的左邻右舍这种感觉。所以一个友善的社区，像我跟 Kat 老师都是住在友善的社区，我们就可以说 friendly neighborhood， 就是一个很友善的社区。所以比如说 I grew up in a friendly neighborhood, all my neighbors like to help each other。那我们再找一个句子哦，是邻居这个字。I have new neighbors. A family just moved in next door to me. 我有新邻居耶，有一家人刚搬到我家的隔壁。那我们刚刚是不是有继续讲啊？说我们要去尊重彼此的界限，因为人与人之间的相处，尊重是很重要的。所以像是respect 这个字呢，我们可以当名词，在我们文章中是动词啦。那当名词可以说 to show respect。去表现你的尊重 or to have respect for or to treat someone with respect 比如说 I have the greatest respect for your hard work 好我们再造一个句子 Jenny respects her brother's wishes and won't try to change his mind Jenny 是尊重她哥哥的 wishes 就是愿望她不会去试着改变她的想法那我们刚刚也有看到 common 这一个字就是很普遍的意思所以比如说To have something in common 也是我们常常见的但是 common 这个字在这边是当形容词哦比如说 common knowledge 代表是常识的意思比如说 It's common knowledge that our manager is quitting 那代表大家都知道我们的经理要辞职了那我刚刚讲的 to have something in common 这个时候是当名词比如说 They don't really have much in common so they are having a hard time working with each other 那我们再看一个句子这边是当形容词哦代表很普遍的It's common to get a cold in winter. It happens to almost everyone. 在冬天感冒是很常见的，每个人都是会经历的。那最后呢，我们是不是也有看到说都会自己建围篱啊什么的？这个 fence 就是围篱的意思。好，我们再造一个句子哦。We have a fence around our house, so our dog can't get out. 我们的房子周围有栅栏，所以狗狗是没有办法出去的。那最后我们刚刚是不是说要 make sure you're very polite to your neighbors 所以这个 make sure 就是确保的意思比如说 make sure to dress warmly today it's cold outside 确保今天要穿暖一点外面超级冷的所以这是我们今天所有的单字大家要记得练习哦 And right now let's get to our activity
Review time We are here for our activity, our review time, and we have our word power words that we can use. We have neighbor, respect, common, and fence. So we've got, these words that we can use to talk about neighbors. And I figured that we could try and act out a situation where somebody is crossing the boundary.
Okay.
Somebody's being a boundary crosser. So,
You want to be the bad one? Or?
I'll be the first boundary crosser. Okay. So let's say that I live next to you and I have been putting my plants in front of your door.
Okay.
Like I have all these plants that I have out in the hallway. They're in front of your door. I water them a lot, so there's water on the floor. And you don't have any, it's really hard for you to get out of your apartment. I'm just being really inconsiderate.
Okay.
So you see me coming out of my apartment one day and you have to talk to me about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, excuse me, neighbor.
Hi. What's up?
I was wondering if you could take the plants away because it's kind of hard for me to get out.
Well, where am I supposed to put them?
Do you have a balcony?
No.
May I ask?
No.
Oh.
Where do you think I'm going to put them?
Well, I heard that it's common for people to put plants in the bathroom. Maybe you can try that.
I got no space in my bathroom. Jeez, who do you think I am, made of money? I have a little tiny bathroom, just like you do. Are you trying to tell me that I can't have plants in my place? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Exactly, that's the point. It's not your place.
Oh, my goodness.
This is my space, right outside my door.
Oh, yeah, that's what you think. I'm sorry. You have a good day. Bye.
Wait, you have to show some respect.
You didn't show any respect when you asked me to move my plants.
Okay. I can't continue this conversation anymore.
Yeah.
And I actually used only 3 words of our word power.
I mean, it doesn't matter. But like, yeah, that could
really
be a bad outcome, I guess, right? I was very mean to you.
I was like, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move.
She's gonna move. I mean, maybe. Okay, now, which one are you doing? Like, if you were
I'll
gonna
be a good
bad.
one. Okay, so I think I'll put all of my dog stuff in your. Maybe we have a connecting balcony.
Oh, okay. Like I do actually. Yeah. With my neighbor.
Okay. So I'll leave my dog there, and then
your dog and your dog stuff.
And he poops everywhere. And then you have 2 cats, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're scared of your dog.
They're gonna fight. Okay.
Hi. Can I talk to you about something for a second?
So what is it?
Well, okay. I wanted to point out that, like, your dog, I really love your dog. He's so cute. But I just feel like it's not a good situation for him to be staying out here and pooping everywhere. And, you know, it's causing some stress for him. It's also causing some stress for my cats. And I think maybe we could find a better way to, like, a better place for your dog to be.
Sorry, I have just a tiny studio inside.
I know.
That's the only space I have.
Right, but I mean, I have this big balcony out here. I mean, what if we built sort of a kennel for your dog to be in outside sometimes?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah, I'd be willing to help you do that. That sounds good to me.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
Yeah.
Maybe, I've been so busy this week. Maybe I'll call someone and see if they can come over and help us too.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm sorry about all the trouble I've caused you.
No worries. We can solve it.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. There you go.
There's
your good outfit.
Better.
Or good outcome.
That one was better.
I think offering to help somebody fix their situation is like a really good
Yeah,
way
that
to
was
get
really
them
nice because I couldn't get away. I couldn't find a way to be rude to you. You were so polite.
Okay. All right. So that's what we've got for day 1. And actually in day 2, we're going to see 2 more kinds of bad neighbors. Not boundary crossers, but different kinds. So that means we're done with our article for today. We're going to see you in day 2 tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Magic Box.
阿格拉巴的传统市场真的是超级热闹的，到处都有小贩在卖东西哦，真是让人眼花缭乱哦。之前呢，我就是在这个传统市场遇见了我现在的老婆 Jasmine。那时的她呢，还没有出过皇宫，看到新奇的东西，每一个都想要 I want this, I want that。但是呢，这些东西可不是免费的咯。幸好我阿拉丁反应快，才拯救了他，也结下了一段良缘喽。英文里面有所谓的指示代名词，顾名思义呢，它可以当代名词，它也有指示的功能，也就是我们中文说的这个。那个 ，OK， 我们在对话之中呢，你知道我在说的是哪一个 ？OK， 这个呢就是指示的功能啦。具体而言呢，指示代名词有哪一些呢？其实只有4个字，这个跟那个，但是呢，别忘了还有复数形态哦，所以总共是4个啦。OK，this 和 these 意指呢是在空间上或是时间上比较接近于说话者的。OK， 我们中文就翻译为这个 this。OK， 它的复数 these。例如Have you seen this？ 你有没有看过这个啊？你有看过这个神灯吗 ？OK， 因为呢我在跟你对话，你知道呢我说的 this 指的呢就是我手上的神灯哦。因为神灯呢只有一个，所以呢我们就用 this。如果呢有很多个，那呢我们就会说 these T-H-E-S-E 复数的形态。那至于那个呢，表示呢距离说话者比较远的地方的东西呢，我们就会用 that 和 those。OK， 那个，比方说呢，桌上有一本书，我们看到的那本书了。Can I borrow that from you？ 我可以跟你借那个吗？是哪一个啊？因为呢，我们都知道我们在说是桌上那一本书，所以呢，在这边我就用 that 这个指示代名词来替代它咯。如果有很多本书呢，复数的形态我们就用 those T-H-O-S-E。Can I borrow those from you？ 我可以跟你借哪一些书吗？最后帮你复习一下了，指示代名词呢就是这个和 那个 ，OK， 有指示功能的代名词哦，它呢离说话者比较近的这一个呢，我们就说 this， 复数形态呢就说 these。至于比较远的那个，我们呢就说 that， 它的复数形态呢则是 those。希望你们都记起来喽。